18 teams coming through, and it's a clash of the Titans in some of the coaching crew, because we've got Gab Rose on the Cronulla side.
Oh well.
And we've got Joseph Farhat on the west side, and just a quick shout out or to bring you up to speed. This is actually the Rose Cup.
Yes.
So this cup's actually named in honour of Gab Rose, who happens to be in the sub box for Cronulla. She's absolute touch royalty, Gab Rose. So we're very glad to have her involved, and actually been involved in a game that's in her division.
Yep. As we see, Wests with the ball, they're in the white with the black V, and Cronulla or Sharks in their traditional sky blue, black and white. I have to get out of the habit of calling them Cronulla. I know they're the Sharks. So Wests from the inner city, for those not familiar, not based out in the southwest.
Yeah, West is in the, that Homebush, Strathfield area.
Ashfield, I know West Ashfield are a major sponsor. So
yeah, West Ashfield are a sponsor for the West Magpies.
That's a map of where they're at, and the Sharks from the Shire.
Yeah. I thought you might be leaning towards West for this one, because their coach Joe Farhat and you share in common a love for Microsoft Excel spreadsheets.
Guilty as charged, Your Honour.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Joseph's got he's got spreadsheets over there for how many touches they made, the rego fees, the room accommodation.
Yeah, sounds
you
like
name it, it's in a spreadsheet. Yeah, you two would get on like a house on fire.
Absolutely. No shame in that. I've got stats up to here on various sports and competitions.
Yeah. Joe Farhat's actually got a spreadsheet which documents how many spreadsheets he's got.
I'm not that bad.
Can
I have
you believe
my
it?
faults. I can believe it.
Yeah,
Some people would say I probably have one of those, which I don't.
Yeah, anyway. Well, we've stitched him up. We're only a minute in. And on the other side, definitely much respect and admiration for Gab Rose, everything she's achieved in the game.
Absolutely.
Over her storied career.
Here's a chance for the Sharks. We'll come back to that in a moment. That was... they haven't provided numbers for this. They
haven't
team.
got it there. We haven't got a team sheet for the Sharks,
Okay,
but that's a great run, and she's through. Show and go down the outside.
That's the first for the Sharks.
Yeah, and Sharks will kick us off here, Mike.
Let me see if I can do some digging while we talk.
1-0, great start for Sharks getting out of the blocks there, and that almost come out of nothing. Fairly innocuous play, and she just took off with a great turn of speed. A show and go, and West couldn't quite handle that, so it's 1-0 to the Sharks. That quick reflection I had there on Gab Rose was actually a long time ago. We back in the 1999 World Cup, Australia versus New Zealand were in the final, and it was 1-1. The game was in the balance, and Gab Rose took an intercept, run the length, and brought home the World Cup for Australia. So that was probably one of my favourite memories of watching the great Gab Rose play.
Yeah, that would certainly be a highlight for anybody to seal the World Cup on home turf.
Yeah, so that was in Sydney, Australia. So, yeah, back to the game here. They're evenly matched, but both these teams will be looking to get a win or a really good performance here to round out the second day of play.
As we see the Sharks on the attack, we do have a team list, but we don't have any numbers, unfortunately. So we'll do our level best. Sharks on the attack. 7-metre line inside, ball over the top. She can't hold on to that. High ball there, but couldn't hold on to that one. It was over the touchline and out. So it'll be West's ball on the 7. It's Layla Satut for West's turning it over.
Yeah, West probably hoping for a little bit better ball control, because Cronulla have shown that they have the ability to score if you give them enough ball, Mike.
They certainly have. They've got the extra player coming on to make the 6. A late sub being made. Now they'll play it on the 7. They'll roll to the left-hand side, back to the open right, but the touch was made. So back to the 7 they come. Sharks on the attack. way do they want to go? They'll look left-hand side. The dummy was on. Wasn't bought online. So we see Sharks trying to direct traffic here. Little tap and go. They'll go short side, right-hand side. That play was on. Telegraphed like tomorrow's front page. The dive and they're in. That's number 2.
There's possible obstruction there. The referees are going to chat about it just to make sure they get the call right. It was pretty much sex on the middle, wasn't it? There was a big cluster of players in the corner.
No, he's going to say no try. He's going to.
Yeah, that could have gone either way there, Mike. It was a 50-50. I'm not sure if how obstructed the player was, but essentially there was a big cluster, and she's run around that grouping of players for the try. So probably unlucky for Sharks and lucky for the Magpies to get away with that one.
Magpies have it on their own side of halfway by about 20 metres. Midway between the 10 and the 7.
Yes, a little bit of context for this one, Mike, for those obviously watching at home. Western Sharks have both had a win each in this division against the Parks Pumas, and both won those respective matches by 2 tries. So they come into this one quite evenly matched.
Pretty well dead even. I'll have a look at the ladder to see exactly how it stands, but they're very evenly matched by the sounds of it. Sharks and Wests. Yeah, Sharks minus 13, Wests minus 18. Scoring's been an issue for both these teams in the State Cup 2023, the Junior State Cup.
Yeah, so one of the things I think that we spoke about earlier today, Mike, was that with these divisions being like the double year age group, like 14s, 16s, 18s, some of the teams that we're seeing on show here might be, you could have 16, 17-year-olds playing in the 18s. Yeah. So you do have some of these teams that are more in the development category and, amazing skill, but they're not necessarily turning up expecting to win the whole thing in their first go. Yeah. And definitely these 2 clubs in this category are in that developing sort of bucket, and they're doing a great job out there at Western Cronulla.
Here's a chance for the Magpies. She'll need to offload the ball. She does, but can't find a support player. That was Ellie Sengalis. Had the right idea. Making wholesale changes here. Wests. Referees.
Good player there. Sharks were one of the more traditional, historic clubs in touch football, and they actually had a bit of a break out of the game for a little bit, and then with the very strong Tarrant Point, the Sharks have been, I think Cronulla and Tarrant Point combined possibly to come back into Sharks, so it's great to have the famous club back here.
Yeah, just a little confused by the play there. The play was stopped and brought all the way up to halfway. I can only assume it was for too many players on the field.
Yeah, good spot there, Mike. I didn't actually catch that, but they must have had 7 on the changeover.
Too many on the park. So as we see another dive, and she's got it down. She has. That's the second for the Sharks. They go up 2-0. 7.5 minutes gone in the first half. This Pool B match, round 6 of 7. So 1 more to go for the Sharks and the Magpies to round out their campaign. Doesn't look like either team will be heading to the quarterfinals. Both have matches later this afternoon. That'll be at 4 o'clock. Sharks have got Sydney Uni and Wests take on Hills.
Yeah, it's quite impressive attack that we've seen on show there from the Sharks. And as you mentioned, these developing teams generally get better with each game, and that's what we're seeing. Some evidence here, definitely on the Sharks side of the ledger, where they are improving, getting their combinations a little bit better, executing their plays a little bit sharper.
Nice work there from Liam McMahon for West, nearly getting over the line, but the try not awarded. So it's only 2-0. We've had 8.5 minutes in the first half. Oh, did well to hold on to that. That was a classic catch at second slip. 3 bites of the chocolate bar and held onto it in the end. So it'll be Ella Pittman with it on her own 10. Now let's see what Wests have got. McMahon takes it forward. Looked like a very flat pass there, but the referee said it was all right. Play on. Came off a Sharks' hand, so 6 more for the Magpies. Famous old western suburbs. Black and whites. With the ball, Angelina Almaui. He's the number 5 in the cap. Directing traffic here, Wests. Number 1 is Mia Daya. She plays it. McMahon into dummy half, gives it off. Back to Almaui. McMahon out of dummy half, needs to offload, needs to get it away. The touch was made, was it? Yes. But they'll get the penalty here, Wests.
And that's what we need to see more of from West. That was really innovative play there by West. I think the 5 possibly could be Almaui. She could be. There's a very talented and quite famous West touch player, Milad Almaui. Okay. I wonder if that's his little one.
Quite possibly. But ages probably match up.
Yeah, he was very quick and skillful. Hopefully she's got a bit of that. I'm sure she does.
Magpies not able to complete the play there, so West will bring it out. Sharks will bring it out to the 7 for the first touch. Now Sharks looking to dump in the box as they make the subs. Good speed up the western touch line. They've found a penalty though, going the way of Wests for a late pass. And there's the siren for half-time. We'll play the whistle for the penalty. So it'll be one play for the Magpies.
Probably a fair result, do you think? 2-0, probably a fair reflection of the first half. 2-0 to the Sharks.
Yeah, I think that's about even. The referee says we'll just call it there and have a drink, everybody. So half-time, it's 2-0 Wests trail Cronulla. No, I think that's a fair reflection.
I think while Sharks look quite solid there, I think on the Magpie side, I think they could feel they can probably go another level. Towards the end there, really showing that they can shake up this Sharks defensive line when given the opportunity. So, I'd like to see the ball in their hands again and see what they can come up with.
So, second last match of the weekend for the 18 girls. They'll have their final match at 4 p.m. with the adjusted times. Those online, if you're having a look online at the website, the draws are all out. The times as originally set, we're an hour forward of that, so we're playing the 3:30 match right now. No, we're not on daylight savings time. We're running an hour early this afternoon, so certainly no problems in terms of misreading anything or getting it all organised. Yeah. So with a bit of luck, that should mean the last game will be about 4:30 this afternoon.
Okay, see, spreadsheet man comes through again. Well done, Mike. I think the only other person that followed all that table stuff would be Joe Faha, your Microsoft Excel counterpart over there.
Yes.
But I just had confirmation that Angelina is
it is the
daughter of Milad Almaui. So, Milad was one of the greats from the famous West Magpie Club, and great to see the family club producing talent yet again.
Here's an error from the Sharks. Wests get the penalty on the 7. They'll bring it out of their own end. We've had a minute in the second half. West's really getting some momentum here upfield. That's Mia Daher. I'll spit it out in a minute. Mia Daher in the number 1, the long dark hair covering that
Yeah, this
black
is better
number
from
1
West.
shirt.
This is what we want to see. This is better. Much better. Great set.
I've got to say, McMahon's been very sharp. Liam McMahon, while she's been on the park, she's been very effective for the Magpies.
Yeah, there was some nice combos there with McMahon. I think it was Farhad outsider supporting her as well. They looks like there could be a bit of a combo there. Just West need a bit more ball.
As we see Sharks taking it over halfway on the edge of the State Cup logo, and the ball goes to ground. Not what they were looking for there. Unfortunate error from the Sharks. Something I have noticed quite a few other teams are doing, and the Sharks have done it here with the buckets for each player on the sideline. They've all got their own individual bucket with water bottles and towels and various other accessories.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Having your own bucket. They actually put ice in the bottom and a towel, and that's I'm always good on the history, mate. That's a shout out to a famous manager and coach, Kim Solman.
Okay.
She actually come up with that when the Australian team were, I think they were touring Malaysia.
Okay.
Over 40 degrees heat, and she come up with that with an innovative way, every player to have their own bucket. Kim's a excellent campaigner, always thinking of new ideas for the game, and she implemented that, and now it's sort of really caught on.
Yeah, I actually thought it might have been to do with COVID over the last couple of years. That may have had an impact on it. Everyone bring their own bottle and their own...
I think so, yeah. I think that would have been a factor in it as well.
Yeah,
so.
I actually thought that might have been more of a contributing factor, but that's an interesting little sidelight there. The ball around the corner, but the referee's going to say no.
No pass, yeah. Maybe that's why I didn't have such a good career, mate. No one gave me my own bucket. I was looking around for a drink most of the time.
I think yours had a hole in it, didn't it?
Yes, there we go. We've worked it out. It's an underwhelming career from Jason Stanton due to a hole in the bucket.
Yes.
There we go.
That's our story, and we'll run with it.
Yeah, we're going to run with it. So this is good from West. It almost looks like a different team. I know I did commentator curse there, but West, when they're moving the ball a bit and getting over that halfway in motion, that's where they need to be in the second half.
An error there from the Sharks in the play. The ball, as they got some momentum up, a good drive coming from the Sharks, but wasn't to be. See one of the Sharks junior teams out the back.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about touch football in this event. You're not just having one team at the club. You got the 10s and the 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s, boys and girls.
I was about to say the boys and the girls.
A lot of the coaches are former players or active players. It's a really and touch footy is a family sport more than probably any other. Yeah,
and you've got parents often coaching children. We see that in virtually every team. There's one family member coaching or managing their child in the junior ranks.
Yeah, there's McMahon again. Good chance if she can get it to the winger.
She can.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I don't think she actually had the ball when she was touched there, Kayla Weeby, but a little bit unfortunate. That could have easily been a try to the Magpies, but McMahon setting up yet again.
And the ball goes to ground. Webb couldn't hold on to it on that occasion.
Yeah, I think that could have been Iverson there linking up with McMahon, and also I think it was Mia Daha which was involved in that lead up as well.
Here's a great run from the Sharks up the middle, nearly coming through the other side. Out by 2, 5 minutes gone, second half. Good crowd in attendance here at Jubilee Park in Wagga for the Junior State Cup. Breeze you can hear in our microphones here, playing a bit of havoc with our notes here this afternoon.
Oh, great feat from the Sharks, number 2, and equally good defence there from the West Magpies. And bit of a shout out again to both these teams. The ball movement and the speed is really, really impressive, and it's very entertaining to watch the width of play that we're seeing here this afternoon.
The Magpies coming out of their own end up towards the 10-metre line, going to the sub-box for big changes this afternoon. A very warm afternoon, temperature in the mid to high 30s. Magpies doing well. Farhat over the halfway line. That's a good run from Tanous.
Oh,
Intercept over the halfway line. Tanous in hot
pursuit.
Great chase. Has she got enough in the tank to run away from Tanous? I think she has. And that'll be a try to the Sharks. Long range run there, about 30 metres.
Yeah, there's no numbers.
So I think we just got to...
We just had the crowd, someone yelling out to us, that's Gab Rose's niece. What a run, what an intercept. It was a shame for West because it looked quite inventive the way they were coming over halfway, exactly what we're talking about. It looked quite ominous for the Sharks, but Ma there for the Sharks took the intercept, the number 18 there, and showed a clean pair of heels for the try. Dare I say, a little bit like Gab Rose in 1999.
Now the Magpies on the attack, 3-0 down. They've got about 4.5 minutes remaining in this one. They're happy to buy up some time here. West, now they'll run at the line. That's a great run through the line. She'll need to offload, but they'll get the penalty.
Yeah. Excellent dump
smart
there.
Play there.
Yeah, good dump there from Al Maui, and it was great that West, she just ran straight at the offside player there, the number 3. I think it's Ellie, and that was really strong play. West need more of that. That's their go-to, running at the offside player. They've got some very skillful and fast girls in this team. Here we go again, same play again. Got to release it, which she does, but I think it could have been forward there to Calandra. And the Sharks will maintain dominance yet again here.
Yeah. And we see the Sharks on the attack. They've got numbers to the left-hand side. Doesn't beat the touch there, just short of halfway. Number 7 for the Sharks, making a good run. So they look for gaps upfield here. The Sharks have certainly got their drive on this time around. Now they roll through the line. That was a nice drive there, but not able to come out the other side. So
yeah, the standard plays quite strong here, Mike. I'm surprised both teams have only had the 1 win each. But definitely, and we've got
almost an intercept there, but the penalty goes to the Sharks.
Yeah, almost had an intercept there on the other side. I think that could have been Calandra. Interesting too with that intercept from Ma that we saw, the number 18 for Sharks. She just finished it as good as what she caught it. Like that's a 40-odd metre sprint, and just showed no signs of slowing up.
Now the Sharks on the wrap around to the right-hand side. The touch wasn't made. She got it down. That's another one for them. That's 4. Certainly flexing their muscle here, the Sharks, this afternoon. The Sharks fans in the grandstand below us, very happy with the form of their 18s girls, the senior girls at the Junior State Cup.
They're quite hard to stop that play, Mike, when the sweeper gets around at speed and gets down so low. We've been seeing it all throughout the tournament, that the defenders are in position, but they're on the try line, and they need to sort of take that 1 or 2 steps off. Is a good tip if you're new to the game. Hit the try line, take 2 steps, get off, and give yourself a chance to save those tries. Otherwise, a dive is generally going to get the decision in that sort of setup.
Now we see Iverson with it for the Magpies. Got a penalty here inside the 7.
Right, let's see I think West deserve a try. They have played well enough and have created enough opportunities, just haven't got it on the scoreboard. So let's see what they can do here. Nice long ball from McMahon.
Finds a support player on the outside in the form of McSpadden. She's in the number 6 out there. The 14's Liam McMahon. She'd be in contention for the Guzmani Gomez
Iverson's going to get one.
Iverson gets in.
That's
the
well
Magpies.
deserved. Well deserved, because
Absolutely.
they haven't given up. They've kept peppering. They've been defending and driving, asking questions of Sharks, and finally they get the reward. And much deserved for McMahon. That inside ball to Isabel Iverson. She's had a strong game as well.
No, she's had a very good afternoon, McMahon. She'd be in contention for the Guzmani Gomez MVP award, I'd say, Jason.
It's actually been gaining momentum throughout the day.
Good to hear.
The Guzmani award. GYG, that'll be easy for me to spit it out.
That's easy for you to say.
GYG, it's gaining prestige. It's getting close to... it started off, I think we wanted a burrito. Now it's all about the glory.
Yes, I think it is.
The GYG MVP.
Yep, that's what you want. Nice ball to the outside. Just got it down in the nick of time. That makes it 5 for the Sharks. Referee's happy to pay it.
Yeah.
There's the whistle, 5-1.
And that's in contention, a ball of the day. That was fast and flat.
Spiraling
out to the winger, and I don't think West did a lot wrong then. It was just a great pass.
The pass outplayed them in the end. So we've got having a look. We've got 4 matches to go to get us through day 2. So we're on the home stretch now, folks. There's the siren. That'll do us 5-1. Sharks beat Cronulla in the under-18 girls. Up next, the boys. A cameo appearance from them. It's Hills and Parks and the under-18 boys at the Junior State Cup.